Hello and welcome. I hope you're safe and well. In today's exciting episode, I just bead one thing, but it took me ages, so I'm turning it into a whole video. I did the back of the watermelon jacket and I really like it. I think it looks fabulous. And as I said, it took me an absolute age to do.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So way back in February, I'm narrating this episode in the 1st of March, on the 1st of March. Anyway, so I made these two jackets right at the end of February, which was just a couple of days ago, but whatever. So I made them, one's a midi length and one's a cropped one. And I didn't quite have enough fabric, so the back of the cropped one is a pale pink instead of the watermelon fabric because it was just not enough. I guess if I'd made both of them cropped, but the point of making two was to check out two new sleeve styles and two different lengths. So yeah, that's why they're different. Anyway, long story short, one's got a pink back. So I decided I'm going to do a huge slice of watermelon on the back of the pale pink one, the cropped one. So I kept about 1.5 inches at the top and same at the bottom, or an inch. It's just a couple of centimeters. And then I drew my template. It's on tissue paper, so I can bead over it, then tear the tissue paper and pull the bits apart. So then I was like, okay, should I use beads? Should I use sequins? And then I remembered that I had the Lego bricks, and I was very tempted. I was also going to get out some red and some white and put them in as well. But to put the Lego on, you either have to use invisible thread, which is like fishing wire, or nylon thread, and I have lost mine, so I would have to buy some more, or you could drill holes in them. So I will still do a Lego brick one, but not today. So I got out my sequins. I don't really have many black sequins left because that velvet jacket, if you know, the red and black velvet jacket, which is absolutely gorgeous. I used almost all my leaf-shaped black sequin on that because it's leaves and flowers, the beaded trim. So yeah, I used a couple of different ones to do the seeds. The seeds are the most difficult bit to do, so I was like, okay, we'll do the difficult part first, and then I've labeled each color, so I know what I'm doing. So basically I'm just doing the outlines, and once each of the outlines is done for each section, I'm going to be able to tear away the paper and then I'll fill in the rest. So I filled in the outlines of the pink, and obviously the top of the pink is the closer you get to the center of the fruit, the darker it gets. So I've got the dark pink at the top, the lighter pink at the bottom. I really wasn't sure about that light pink, but knowing what it looks like finished, that light pink was really good idea. And then I've got avocado green on the inside, and then the rind is dark green. I know that there are stripes on the rind, but this is just a clearer way of doing it, and it's going to match the rest of the jacket because it's got that cartoony, you can see in the edges there, it's dark green, then light green, then white, then pale pink, then dark pink, then red. So I'm just doing the same thing, and this is me showing you the back. It's very nice and clean, but again, you have to leave the long tails when you tie on a new string. I have a separate video that's a beading tutorial of a bunch of different jackets, and all those techniques are the same as the ones that I use in every other video. So if you ever want to know how I do the beading, I have done one It's over an hour long, and it just goes through each one, and each type of technique I do a couple of times so you can see it quite clearly. It's very slow, but it's so that you can see exactly how I do each one. And I'll put a link in the description box below, but if you just go to my channel page and put in tutorial, it's the only video with, it's the only beading tutorial, but yeah, and you can find it that way. And so yeah, I did the pinks and then the 2 greens, then I finished the green, and then I added this one in here. It's sort of, the white bit is white and silver, but I couldn't find the big silver sequins, so the silver ones are a little bit small, and the white ones have got a green tinge to them, and it actually suits it perfectly. And then I finally got to do the red. So it's just a stack of 2 sequins on top of each other. And because I'm doing them really close together, every second one I sort of squish the sequins so it's in a V shape, and then every other one in between is flat. And this is me showing you the back again. Just turned it over very carefully so you don't scratch or wreck any of the sequins. And yeah, so it's nice and clean on the back. And so now that the outline is done, there's a bit, see how I've left a little bit of the paper? That section is going to be pink. So I kind of left it so I know where it is and I don't have to just do another outline bit. And yeah, so I'm going to fill in the red next, and then once I'm finished, because I had red threads and I had hot pink threads, magenta hot pink threads. So yeah, at the top of the pink, I used the red threads so that the colours mesh into each other. It's really cool. You can only see it like when you're super up close. But because beading takes so long, you sort of think about these things. And yeah, and then here it's finished. Oh my gosh. When I'm looking at these videos, I'm like, it's finished so fast. It's done so quickly. It's amazing. And yeah, but as you're beading, because there's just so much detail and every single one you have to do correctly, sometimes you feel like it's never going to end. But there we go. So anyway, yeah, that's why the top sequin is squished and some they're flat. If I'd done them all flat, it would look sort of boring, whereas this way it looks really textural, and here it is on the mannequin. I feel like it looks a lot longer and thinner when it's on the mannequin, just because, you know, your body is sort of round. And this is what it looks like at night. Oh, doesn't it look like a Judith Leiber purse? One of those really bling clutches. And if you've ever seen Sex and the City, the main character, Carrie, she used to carry around these really, really amazing clutches or purses. I think she had a cupcake one, and there's a couple of different ones. Anyway, there's a watermelon one, and they're just really bling. That's like crystals, and they're like a cat or a dog or a piece of pizza or a cupcake, and I'll get some photos. Okay, I got a little bit carried away when collecting these photos. The pink flamingo is absolutely adorable. So they're clutch purses, meaning they sort of just sit in your hand if you're lucky. There's this this is the cupcake one. That's one of, I think that was the one in where she gets married in the Sex and the City movie. The watermelon one is really, there's a couple of different versions of the watermelon one. Oh my gosh, have you seen the picture of the baby toucan on social media? It's so cute. They're just like tinsy-wincy cartoon versions of toucans. The beehive is one of my all-time favorites. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. There's this, oh, and the junk food ones are amazing. There's lots of different versions of the fries one, and I think there's a couple of different pizzas, but the pepperoni pizza is the iconic one. And there's a Bambi deer one, a baby deer one, and it just looks so scared and afraid. The telephone one is iconic. It's absolutely amazing. And the Ganesh, so he's a little Indian god. He's beautiful. And oh my gosh, a slice of cake. This looks, I love the strawberries in the cream bit in the middle. It looks absolutely delicious. And I love the coin purses, the strawberry coin purses. They are amazing. The one on top. The hamburger one is pretty fabulous. But yeah, my favorite of the junk food ones. Well, I like the fries ones. And yeah, the pepperoni pizza is my favorite. I've got a picture of it open, and like you can fit a credit card and maybe your cell phone if you have a smallish iPhone. But yeah, they're not the most practical thing in the world. There's quite a few different cocktails, and this one just happens to have watermelon slices in it. And again, there's lots of different ice creams. I think an I Heart New York City was the first ice cream one, and there's a chocolate, like a vanilla ice cream with chocolate coating, and this goldfish one. So they have detachable chains that you can wear over your shoulder, and then you can take it off. But I've also got two pictures of this goldfish or koi one. This is where she's holding it upside down and it just looks so weird. But then in another photo, she's holding it up the correct way and it looks okay. But these are just outrageously expensive. This is someone at New York Fashion Week wearing the cat one of the cat ones, and this is one of the dog ones. Most of the dog ones are dark coloured, but that's a whitey silver one. And then again, the heart in a white silver colour. I think that one looks, I think it also comes in a dark pink and a red, which look better. Truffle fries, and there's quite a few different sundaes. This one's got a macaroon stuck on the top. Delicious. This one is iconic, the candy one. That's one of the early ones. I love that one. And so they're like, there's pretzels, there's lots of different New York ones, taxi cabs, things like this. I've got a picture of this fish one open as well. So you can't really, like, they're for people who like wear lipstick and have a credit card, and that's really all my birth year is. Year of the Tiger, so I quite like this one. And there's loads of different bird ones. So there's some shapes that are really, really popular, and each year they just bring out another one. This poor little baby penguin looks so grumpy. And the carousel horse ones, there's quite a few of them. The zebra is from the carousel horse. So the top one is the original carousel one shape, and then like they do other ones and other ones. Anyway, that's what the Judith Leiber purses are. They're fabulous, and that's what the sparkly back of this one reminded me of. Anyway, and this is what it looks like for the front. So now that I've done the feature on the back, I always leave the feature until the end. And with this one, I was like, no, right, I'm going to do it first, because it's going to be, if I do the watermelon, it's going to be super difficult. And I wasn't really sure it would work. And, I wanted to be able to unpick it and redo it to something else if it didn't work. But this is so cool. I think, when I'm not sure if something is going to work, then I just get really excited when it does. So that's why I'm a little too overly excited. But now I have to decide what I'm going to do on the rest of the jacket, because this turned out so amazing. Like, I was thinking of doing beading on the rest of the jacket, like in the white sections, use pink and red beads. But now that this watermelon turned out so well, I kind of want to save all the pink and red hot pink and red beads that I have to do a giant piece of watermelon, slice of watermelon on the back of the Very Hungry Caterpillar jacket, because it's bigger. So, and that's going to need so many beads. So I think I might save them for that, which means, what am I going to do for this one? And I would love to do white on white. I think that would look very Dolce & Gabbana, Milan Fashion Week sort of, and in a good way. But I'm not sure that I have enough white beads, because I don't typically buy white beads, but I do get them. If you buy a mixed pack, a colour of mixed beads, you do often get white ones, and I set them all aside. So I'll I don't know. I'll see if I have enough, because white would look really good, but because I had to mind that those Judith Leiber purses or clutches, it made me think of that Sex in the City outfit where she's wearing pink that has a tutu. And so maybe pale pink on the white. And these are just the different types of pinks I have. I know this sort of musky greyish pink sort of seems like it matches the watermelon more, but overall it wouldn't. I think the pale one, I'm not sure that I have enough pale, but the pale would look really good. And then the pale candy one would be my second choice out of the pinks. And yeah, but I'm not sure. I think I might have enough pale pinks. But anyway, this is me just admiring my work again. I've changed the wallpaper thingy on my phone to a super close-up of this beading work. It's just amazing. And there's like butterflies and things in there. So if you were to make a piece of sequin fruit of your own, just a few things to consider. There's plastic sequins, these whitish green ones on the left, and there's metallic sequins. Metallic sequins are just sheet of metal sprayed with colour. So the colour scratches off. All of them, every metallic sequence is silver, whether it's black, blue, magenta, red, they're all silver and they've got the colour sprayed on. So if you're really rough with your clothes and you like throwing things around, maybe go for a plastic sequins, because the colour is mixed in and then the plastic is poured and then it's punched. Whereas, yeah, so just keep that in mind. But also, if you like leaving your clothes lying around in the sun, in direct sun, like just on the back of a chair sitting and the sun streams in the window, plastic breaks down with direct sunlight. It's fine to wear it as long as you keep it in your wardrobe. So yeah, just two things to consider when you're like I use vintage sequins on my work, like sequins that were made hand punched in Italy 3 decades or 4 decades ago, and they're absolutely fine. I'm just saying, if you're someone who does extreme damage to your clothes, maybe sequins aren't for you, or maybe a certain type of sequins aren't for you. But generally speaking, I think sequins are awesome. And that is all I have done. I'm very happy with it though. It's absolutely amazing. I kind of want to get out the Very Hungry Caterpillar jacket and do the next slice, because I think the green should be a little bit thicker and the rind could be thicker too. So there's lots of bits that I would probably tweak and change a bit. But overall, as a first slice of watermelon, I think gold star for me. So yeah, and I'm not sure how I will bead the rest. We'll get there eventually. March is So Frugal month, so that's where there's a competition. You make something with a free pattern, so like a downloadable pattern, and then you use fabric from your stash, and then on the last day of the month you post it on Instagram and you can win all these prizes. So I might do a video about that, because it's pretty good. It's a really, really popular competition, and there's loads of free patterns that you might be interested in doing. I know that patterns from the Big Four are usually pretty cheap, but there's in some countries you can't buy them because American sizing is different than sizing dress sizes in other countries. So yeah, the So Frugal the competition is out of the UK. I think everyone can do it, but yeah. Anyway, so I might do a video on that. But that is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've been inspired to make a sequin or beaded piece of fruit for the back of your jacket or the bottom of your dress or something like that. Or maybe you're going to make a fabulous handbag, bling handbag of your own. Those Judith Leiber clutches are just, oh my God, they are just so amazing. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and happy sewing and beading.